This video is about saying goodbye, and this shot kind of says it all for me. Here you can see my best friends helping me take down these note cards from my wall. Sean, Oliver, and Rosan, these are my college roommates. Eve is one of my best friends. All this is happening a day before we left campus because of COVID. You see, these note cards that I put on my wall were all a part of this master plan I had. Each note card had a memory or a reflection on it, and I was going to fill my wall by the time college ended. I wrote note cards about my FOP trip and chatting with Sarah outside Widener and playing the electricians in my bathrobe and the best birthday I ever had where my friends came swing dancing with me. And I was going to fill my wall with these. And this was only the first stage of the plan. After I had the wall, I was going to write a one-person play. And I took this theater class to help me learn to write it. And I was going to perform it in my dorm room. I was going to light it all with candles. And everyone was going to be sitting on pillows on the floor. And I was going to point to the note cards on the wall and relive these moments with my friends that were in the room with me. And this is how I imagined that college would end. But as you can imagine, it didn't happen that way. And with everything over, it's hard not to feel regret about the things that I wanted to do in college that I never did. My freshman year, it was a notebook business. I bought all these moleskin notebooks and I started embroidering designs in them by hand. I had this whole process for finding the designs and punching the holes, and they were symbolic because they were notebooks, and this, of course, was only the first stage. For stage 2, I bought this juicer online and I was going to steal dining hall oranges and sell notebooks and juice together, and I was going to make videos about the process like Casey Neistat from my purple penny board, and I was caught up with this for a while until I hit my next phase, the running phase, where I was studying abroad in London, and I found out about this group called Midnight Runners who wore all black and ran through London at night, and I needed a thesis topic, and this was perfect. I was going to become a die-hard midnight runner and write my thesis about epic people who ran across America by foot, who started international running groups and raised millions for charity. Of course, it didn't stop there. In New York over the summer, I convinced my buddies to start our own running group called Rooftop Runners, where we imagined that all the college kids in New York might join in, because what else would they be doing on a Sunday afternoon? But looking back, none of these things went as planned. I never did end up doing that solo play in my room with the pillows and the candles, and I never ended up selling those notebooks that I spent all that time stitching and dreaming about. Instead, they're in this cardboard box on my desk next to a thesis that I loved, but I never got to hand in to my department and surely never took off as a running movement. These unrealized visions weren't because of the virus, but are also just part of how things go. I think what makes Harvard amazing is all the things around you that make you believe that you could do something great. But whenever you step back, you realize how things rarely go as well as you could draw them up. I don't share these stories of my time to make them seem like failures, but instead to show what Harvard is and why goodbye feels so hard for me, this reflective and passive distance that wants nothing more than to be caught back up in everything again. The clip of my friends taking down my note cards from my wall brings that feeling back for me. It makes me nostalgic and sad, but to be only nostalgic and sad about this misses a greater point. The fact that it's so beautiful to be absorbed in what you're doing, to believe it naively and completely, to think that things might go the way you always hoped they would. Getting caught up in it all gave me some great memories. It gave me some all right friends. It was unpredictable and incomplete, but in a terrible, beautiful way. That's life.
That's a life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, you're shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change that tune when I am back on top in June.